What's up, guys? Welcome back to 876 United Facts TV. Yes, today, guys, is episode 9 of our mini series, guys. So, guys, today's video will be about a very young superstar in the making. He's also referred to Mr. MBE, and he's a player that has a lot of talent. He has budded into a season regular player at the club. And if you haven't figured it out by now, we're speaking about Marcus Rashford MBE. So, guys, you already know the drill. So we're going to talk about some setbacks and some benefits of the players. So we have 2 setbacks of Marcus Rashford and about 6 benefits, guys. So stay tuned, guys. Benefit number 1, guys, he's a very clinical finisher. Now, we know that when Marcus was in the youth setup, he was a center striker, just like our Greenwood now, but back then, he was a center striker. So we know that he possesses that finishing ability. He was once the top scorer in the youth setup. Last season, he scored 20 plus goals overall in all competitions. And seasons before, he has managed to score goals in the teens, 13 and 12 and so forth. So he possesses that finishing ability, is clinical. So we can also speak about PSG in the Champions League earlier on in the season. We can even speak about his hat-trick against Leipzig, just to show how clinical he is. He can create those performances or come up with those performances as well, So for me, he's very clinical, and when you play a ball over the top, he's very dangerous. Behind the defense line, those defense-splitting passes, and 75% of the time, if not more, he scores those opportunities, and he's a man who takes pride in putting the ball in the back of the net. Alright, so guys, let's talk about benefit number 2. He possesses a lot of pace. Now, we heard me speaking about in our previous point that, he gets a lot of balls behind the defense line, or, Bruno, Pogba, whosoever plays a 40-yard pass. He's most of the times the option that those midfielders are trying to get the ball to, because he possesses speed and he has the ability to make that swift run behind the defense line. He's that extra man up there who provides that speed and that agility to get that final pass, and it's very dangerous, especially when we're playing the likes of AC Milan, who, the Italian style of football is a slow playing football. Having Marcus Rashford against teams like those, he can provide some pace and some danger for those defenses, which is very beneficial, and he also adds to our fast playing football style, our counter-attack football. So, yes, his pace is a very good asset for the team. Okay, let's talk about our third benefit of Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is a skillful player, guys. And here you can see that it's a very good package. He's fast, he's clinical when he's scoring goals, and now he's skillful. It's a perfect package, He plays on the left wing for us at the moment. He was once a striker, but he plays now on the left wing. And guys, this is very, very beneficial to Manchester United. You have a few players in our squad. Well, one that I can remember off the bat, like Daniel James. He is a very good squad player, but he's a player that only has pace, and that's about it. No disrespect to him. He has pace, and what I'm saying here, comparing these 2 players, Daniel James can provide pace on the counter, but probably he lacks the ability to put in a cross. He lacks the ability to get by a player. He lacks that, you get what I'm saying? So with Marcus Rashford now, we don't have those problems. We have a player that can dart away from a wing back or a centre back, whatever. And we have a player who can, on the counter, he can get by a player by his intricate skills, his guile, all of those nice things. And, it's a package, and it's a good thing to possess for a player of his caliber. You know, he provides something that you won't see every day on the pitch. So guys, he's a clinical finisher. He possesses very good pace, and he's a skillful player, perfect package to play on the wing for us. But you know, there's some other things that we need to get into. So guys, this leads us to our fourth point. Now, I would say this is probably a continuation point to our first 3 points, which is he's clinical, he has pace, and he's skillful. He has the ability to create goal scoring opportunities out of nothing. We can speak about the match against the first leg that we played against was it PSG? Yes, where we won that game, what, 1-0 or so, I don't remember the score. But we looks like we went over there and we were going to draw the game, or rather lose the game as well. And out of nothing, Marcus Rashford created a chance. Yes. So for me, he has that ability, you know, just like the Ronaldos, the Mbappes now, and the Messis. Those players, you know, they can just create a goal scoring opportunity out of nothing. And I see that in Rashford's game. And it is something that we need in our team, you know, because not much players have that ability in our squad. Okay. Now, guys, Marcus Rashford, don't take him lightly. He's also an astute set-piece taker. Remember that free kick against Chelsea? Exquisite. He's also good at dispatching penalties. He doesn't really take corners. So when I say set-piece, I'm mainly speaking about penalties and free kicks. So, you know, when the likes of Bruno and Pogba and possibly Telles are not on the field, you know, he's the go-to guy for set pieces. You know, he's the man that will take the penalty. He's the man that will take the free kick. And most of the times, he tends to dispatch all of those set pieces. So, you know, it's a privilege to have so many talented set piece takers in our team. And Marcus Rashford is one of those players. Okay guys, so now this is my final point. He has the ability to become a world class, a legend, a legendary player. So guys, when you put all of these attributes that I've listed previously about Marcus Rashford, it can be evident that he has the potential to become a world best, a world class player. Right now I would class him as a good player, you know, but I wouldn't class him world class as yet. World class would be on the level of the Luka Modric's. I'm not saying he plays the same position now, you know. I'm just saying you will have him in those similar conversations with Luka Modric, Hazard when he was at Chelsea, you know. The players like now Raheem Sterling. I think Raheem Sterling is getting to the world class level now. Marcus Rashford is not there yet. And I will tell you guys why when I speak about the setbacks. So guys, I think he has that potential to become a world best. Alright guys, so you know, although Marcus Rashford is a very good player, we look forward to seeing him on the pitch. You know, he also has some things that he needs to brush upon, you know, to become that world-class player that I was speaking about previously. So just stay tuned, guys. Now, guys, our first of 2 setbacks of Marcus is that he's a poor decision maker. And I'm not talking about this in the defensive third or when in midfield. Well, yes, in midfield at times as well. But what I'm saying, you know, there are times when he over dribbles, he passes when he's supposed to shoot. You know, he tends to play a safer pass where a more deadly pass was on. You get what I'm saying? Those are the things that I would say that, you know, if he had the quick thinking ability like Ronaldo and Messi, because, you know, that as well sets Ronaldo and Messi apart from the rest. If you look at some of the decisions that those players makes, you'll wonder. Even me here sitting and watching it on a television screen, who has basically a bird's eye view of the entire pitch. Sometimes I haven't seen certain players in key positions to score goals as well. So what I'm saying, for him to be world class and for him to be, feared by teams such as Ronaldo, Messi, and so forth, he needs to work on his decision making. Because, guys, as I said, even when we played PSG in the second leg, there was an instance where he could have played Cavani through on goal. And what Rashford did was to hold up the ball and to dribble. And now that chance that he would have created was lost. So those are some of the things, guys, that he needs to work on. Now, let's talk about his second and final setback. Now, for me, Rashford doesn't really have much setbacks because, in truth and in fact, he's a player that is more dependable than not in Manchester United. So what I'm saying, guys, where he plays on the pitch as well doesn't require him to make much mistakes. Probably mistakes that he would make, as I said in point number 1, where he makes poor decisions. He's also selfish. So the second point is that he's selfish. Now, probably this is a continuation, or it is as a result of our previous point, that he's poor in decision making. As I said, when he had Cavani onside in a game, he dribbles the ball. That is an indication of selfish play as well. There are times when he has 3 defenders on him. He has the likes of possibly, when we're playing like Manchester City, for argument's sake, Kyle Walker is marking him or is tackling him, so to speak. You have the likes of probably Rodrigo and one of the wingers, Phil Foden, who is on his side of the pitch as well. He wants to take on all of those players where, Bruno is open, Cavani is in the box open, Anthony Martial is in the box open. Sometimes he needs to look up and play the better ball, play the better pass. Because being selfish as well, I don't mean it in a negative way, I'm just saying that sometimes he needs to be unselfish. Sometimes he wants to do it and make things happen, which is a sense of selfishness. But he's not selfish in a negative way, guys. So there you have it, guys. That concludes this week's episode of the mini-series. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Get us to 200 subscribers, guys. Oh, you guys moving slow, but it's a process. I understand. But guys, get us to our target, and we're out.